What's up, everybody? This is The Association right here on NBA TV. I'm Zach Harper. That's Mo Dakhil. We just watched the New York Knicks defeat the Philadelphia 76ers 144-114 in Game 4. Mo, how you doing, buddy? It's good to be doing this, just the two of us tonight.
Yeah, I'm happy. It's finally we got a little more space, a little more room right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm happy, man, and always fun to be on with you.
Oh man, well we had a big night for the Knicks. Not such a big night for the Philadelphia 76ers, but the Knicks advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals by sweeping the 76ers in 4 games. Second straight year the Knicks advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals. Mo, I mean, just obviously a big game for the Knicks in this one from the start. What did you see from the outset?
I mean, they literally couldn't miss. If you were wearing a Knicks jersey, it didn't even matter if you're an NBA player. It felt like you couldn't miss a shot at all. They were legitimately on fire from 3 from get-go. And it's tough. Maxey was aggressive, and we've been talking about we need him to be more aggressive. Everything it didn't matter because it felt like the Knicks never missed a shot, especially in the first quarter, Zach.
Yeah, Mo, we were talking before the game, and one of the points of emphasis, one of the X factors, I was like, hey, Deuce needs to have a big game. I didn't envision this. I didn't envision 7 threes right off the bat. He goes 3 for 3, maybe even 4 for 4 right off the bat as the Knicks just light them up from three-point range. Record 11 three-pointers in the first quarter for a playoff game. Tied the record for most threes in a half, with 18 in a playoff game. And Mo, you said it, it seemed like if anyone was putting them up tonight, I mean, they started 10 for 11, right? 10 for 11, and they were so hot that by the end of the first half, when they had a chance to set the record, Josh Hart, I think, threw up something around half court. We all expected it to go in.
Well, I mean, no, we were just full on. We're expecting it to go in, right? Okay, there it is. That's what we were waiting for, And you had mentioned Deuce McBride being your X factor. My X factor was the Knicks needed to shoot better from 3. I just make some more threes. I didn't realize when I said make some more, they heard me say make all of them, because that's essentially what they did, the way they attacked. And it's tough for Philly. Embiid was 8-8 to start the game. He himself was having a game and rolling, but they just couldn't make up for the fact that, look, when you get outshot, you're a minus 51 from 3. You're just not going to win the game. I'm sorry, there's not much you can do else.
Yeah, there's not much else you could do. I mean, it's interesting. There were good games from 76ers, right? Joel Embiid, 25 points. I think he went 8 of 8 from the field. Tyrese Maxey had 17 points, but at a certain point, there was just nothing that they could do. At least from the approach, you're down 3-0. Obviously, you would like a little bit better three-point defense if you're the 76ers, considering how the Knicks started this game and shot in the first half. But what did you see from the Sixers' approach trying to avoid the sweep?
Well, I think offensively, and we'd been debating it, right? How is it going to look with Maxey and Embiid, and can they both be aggressive at the same time? And we got the answer, yes. They both can be aggressive at the same time. I thought Maxey came out first possession of the game, trying to make sure, hey, I can get to the basket. I'm going to go to work. Embiid was doing all his stuff. It's just the other end of the court was just as important as being aggressive, and that matters. When you give up, McBride goes for 25. Brunson with 22. Look at all the starters right there. It's just brutal when all of them are able to get into double digits, and especially so early and so quickly. It kind of just saps your energy out of you, Zach.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at Karl Anthony Towns, 17 points, another 10-assist game. He only played 19 minutes and 56 seconds in this one, so he got busy early and was just out there dishing and diming for all those three-pointers. We have Deuce McBride as our association player of the game. How could you go with anybody else? Even though obviously Jalen Brunson had a good game, Cat had a good game, Deuce set the tone from the start.
I mean, there's nobody else you could have gone to. I think after the first quarter, we were like, all right, that's pretty much locked up for the player of the association. He was unbelievable. I mean, and it wasn't even just, it's immediate catch and shoot, completely confident every time he went in there. Just said, hey, I'm going to go straight to work, and locked in from the get-go. Here in transition, little sidestep, step back 3 off Paul George. Once he started getting going like that, you knew it was going to be a long night for the Sixers. There's just no way they can kind of catch up.
And then maybe, I don't know, maybe the strategy at one point was just leave him so wide open he double, triple thinks it. I don't know. He seemed to be so open on just about every shot that he could put up there. Even here, you get a miss. He gets the offensive rebound right out to Deuce for a three. He was phenomenal. Again, our association player of the game, Deuce McBride, 25 points, 7 of 10 from the field, 7 of 9 from three. And just, Mo, it seemed like every mistake early on was capitalized. I mean, the Knicks scored 122 points in the first 3 quarters. They were up by like 44, 45 in this game at one point. Nothing that the Sixers could do. Deuce McBride, a big part of that.
Yeah, once it started to go downhill for the Sixers, it went downhill very quickly. You know, I don't even know if it was a hill, just a straight down drop at that point and fell off a cliff. You know, it's a tough night. It's a tough way to end your season going into this. You know, one thing to get swept, but to get swept and lose by 30 in a game where you really weren't in it after maybe the first 6-7 minutes of the game, it's pretty rough to go out that way. You know, it's promising for the Sixers in the sense of they got to the second round. Not the best way to go out, though.
Yeah, you come back from a 3-1 deficit in round one. You get swept in round two. Little good, little bad there. But we're going to take a break. We come back. We'll hear from coaches. We'll hear from players. All right here on the Association. Zach Harper, Mo Dakhil coming back right here on
Join us here momentarily. And as a matter of fact, there is Kat. Kat, can you hear us okay, Ernie Johnson?
Yeah. Nah, I can hear you.
And I got the usual guys with you, Shaq and Kenny and Chuck.
What's up, everyone? What's up?
Good. We're fine. Hey, I got a question for you, which is a good thing because we have you here. So I'm looking at your assist numbers, and I'm looking at the fact you've got more assists than field goals made in these playoffs. Are you remaking your game, or is this inside of the Mike Brown system?
Just a different philosophy, you know, something after game 3, just figuring out what's the best for our team. And, I just wanted to get my teammates involved, get impact winning, and I'm happy to say it's been working. So it's a little different than what, I said it after one of the games of like the Shaq dominance, but, you know, we could dominate the game in different ways, and I'm just trying to find different ways I can impact winning.
What's up, Jersey? Shaq here. When you woke up this morning, you said, I'm going to close the series out, and me personally, I'm going to finish the sentence for me.
I woke up this morning, obviously with a lot of different emotions, but, I'm just super happy to be here, honestly. You know how important our mothers are to us, Shaq, so I'm just happy to be out here and getting my mind off of everything off the court for a couple hours and be able to go out here and compete at a high level. So, honestly, that was my feeling. I'm just really happy to be here right now.
Kat, I'm curious about your team mindset today, to be honest with you. When you're up, do y'all just want to get this thing over? Because y'all know the first quarter is going to be important. They're going to come out with a sense of desperation. Are y'all going to come out and meet that force? Or y'all going to be like, hey, you know what? Let them get one and let's go back to New York. What is your mindset, honestly?
It's to go out here and win every game. There's never a thought in our mind or in our huddles or in our meetings about, let's get back home and win it there. That's never been. Every time we step on this court, we want to give ourselves a chance to win and expect to win. So I would say for us, the mindset is simple. Go out here, stay to our standards, rise above our standards, and continue to get better.
You know, Kat, you guys up 3-0, and you look at the situation you're in now. What is the one thing that surprised you that you guys are able to do so consistently against the Sixers?
I think it's not even about the Sixers. I think with us, it's something that's escaped us, and I think anyone would say is that we're consistency. And for us to be at this point in the playoffs and having this kind of consistent performances, defensively especially, it speaks to the growth of this team throughout the year. And we continue to get better. And to have our offense, in a way, meeting our defense now, it's a perfect time for it to happen.
You know, Kat, we're going to give you your flowers. We've been giving you flowers.